Hey guys, Pat Dibley here, back with Molly. We're back for week 2 of our yoga challenge. I've been working on my moves. Hopefully they're improving and hopefully yours are as well. Molly, what's the plan for week 2?
Well, this week we're going to be standing quite a bit. We're going to work through a few vinyasas or sun salutations. So sounds a lot scarier than it is. A little bit more practice of moving with your breath, which can be really meditative and calming. So while building strength. So we're going to get started standing at the front of our mat. Okay. Right. So if you'd like to come, everybody, to the front of your mat, bringing the soles of your feet together. Your big toes will touch, your heels will be about an inch apart. And we'll just, like we did last week, bring some awareness to your breath and to your body before we get moving. So just bring your hands open to the front of your mat and start by closing the eyes. So just bringing some attention to the presence of your body on your mat. So grounding through the feet, feel all 4 corners of your feet, your big toe mound, baby toe mound, outer and inner edges of your heels. Lift through the arches of your feet and notice your kneecaps slightly lift as you engage your quadriceps, so your thigh muscles. And then from there, trying to drop your tailbone a little bit so that you're not arching through the lower back, and pull the belly up and in. Soften your shoulders away from your ears, relax the jaw, relax the face, and just lengthen through the spine. And again, bring a little bit of focus to your breath. So inhaling and exhaling through the nose like we did in week 1. And starting to feel into the full capacity of your lungs, filling your belly. And with each exhale, just letting go of any tension in the body or from your day. So like I said, we're going to work through some sun salutations, nothing too drastic. We'll move nice and slow, and everyone always move at your own pace. And like I said last week, if you want to come to a child's pose at any stage, you can. Okay, so you can open the eyes. And we're going to start by lifting the arms overhead. So as you inhale, you're going to float the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, you'll fold forward. So hinging from your hips and bring your hands all the way down to the mat if they reach there. Okay, you might need to bend your knees, that's fine. As you inhale, bring the hands to the shins and look forward. Just lengthen through the back, halfway lift. And as you exhale, you're going to plant your hands and step both feet back into a plank position. Inhale in your plank. Exhale, for the first one, we'll drop the knees, untuck the toes, and lower to the belly. Hug the elbows to the ribs. Inhale, lift the heart, point back through the toes, cobra. Exhale, release, downward facing dog.
Oh no.
Yeah, your favorite. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Remember, soften into the knees. Reach your heart back towards your thighs. Internally rotate your shoulders. And then from there, look forward. We'll step the feet all the way forward to the hands. Take your time. You might take 1 or 10 steps. And inhale, bring the hands to the shins. Halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, fold deeply. Come to standing, float your arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands to prayer at the heart. So we'll do that just one more time to warm up a little bit more. Inhale, float the arms all the way up. Exhale, hinge and fold it all the way forward. Inhale, come to a flat back, hands to shins, lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant the hands, both feet back to your plank. Now you can lower with knees dropped, or you can lower with knees lifted. So inhale, plank, exhale, lower, all the way to the belly. Inhale, tops of feet to mat, lift the heart, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feel free to come through the knees as you tuck the toes and lift the hips up and back. Okay. So breathing deeply in and out through the nose, focus on the breath, and then from there again we'll look forward and step both feet to the front of your mat. Coming to a flat back, inhale, hands to shins, lengthen through the spine, exhale, fold it forward. Come to standing, reach your arms overhead, hands release to prayer. After twice, I'm sure Pat could lead us through another one, but I won't ask you to, I won't embarrass you. Okay, so from here, we're going to step with the right foot to the back of your mat. So take a nice big step back and just bring your feet parallel with each other. So for your warrior two, we're going to start a standing sequence. It's good to measure out the distance between your feet. If you lift your arms, your feet should be about underneath your hands, okay? And from there, I'll get you to bring your hands back to your hips. We're going to bring the right toe to point towards the back of your mat. So check that your right heel, it should be in line with the arch of your left foot. So the foot isn't into the left or out to the right, it's basically directly in front of the left foot, okay? When you lunge down into the right knee, we want to try and bring the thigh almost parallel to the mat. So when you're doing that, a lot of people have too short a distance between the feet, and this is what it looks like, okay? Bringing a lot of pressure into the knee. So make sure you have a nice wide stance and the right knee is directly over the ankle. You should be able to see the right big toe on the inside of the right foot. So make sure the knee isn't collapsing in. You want to bring the knee out nice and wide. Now drop your tailbone, pull the belly in, and then float your arms up parallel to the mat. Your gaze should be over the middle finger of your right hand. Soften the shoulders and externally rotate the left thigh. So I'm just going to check in with Pat here. Make sure that you are grounding through the outside of the left foot so that you're activating through the back leg as well. Your shoulders want to soften, so relax the shoulders down the back and make sure your shoulders are over the hips, so a little bit back, really nice. Engage your belly. And from there, we're going to bring a little bit of movement in here. Like I said, we want to move with our breath. So as you inhale, you're going to flip your hands and lift the arms overhead, straighten both legs, lift your gaze. As you exhale, lunging back down into your warrior two. Again, inhale, flip the palms, lift it up, exhale to lunge. One more time, inhale to lift, exhale to lower. Okay, bring your hands to your hips, straighten up through the right leg, and we'll do the same on the opposite side. So you'll just switch out the feet, bringing the left toe to point towards the front of the mat. The back foot is at a slight angle. Again, check in with your heel to arch alignment and then lunge into the left knee. Feel free to adjust the feet so that the knee will come over the ankle, okay? Left knee coming nice and wide and ground through the outer edge of the right foot so that your right thigh is activated. Float the arms up parallel to the mat, soften your shoulders and tuck the tailbone, pull the belly up and in, gazing over your left fingers. I'm sure I don't have to check in with you, Pat. I'm sure you're perfect.
Perfect.
Inhale, flip the palms, lift the arms, straighten the legs. Exhale, lunge into the left knee, arms parallel to the mat. Twice more. Inhale to lift, moving with the breath. Exhale, fully release. One more time. Inhale to lift it up. Exhale to lunge. Okay, from there, straighten up through the left leg. Hands to your hips, and we're going to come down into a nice wide-legged forward fold. So this time your feet will come parallel with each other. Okay, so we're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold, a little bit of a hamstring opener here. If you need to bend at your knees at any stage, you can. Hands to your hips. Inhale, lengthen out of the waist, and as you exhale, hinge and fold it forward. Like I said, you can bend your knees. Now once you fold all the way down, bring your hands to the mat. Okay, so inhale, lengthen a little bit more, and exhale, fold. Now you want to be engaging your quadriceps. So if you were to squeeze your thigh, the thigh should be fully activated. If you tend to hyperextend through the backs of your legs, soften into the knees. Now I'm going to show the deeper variation. Pat, you stay where you are, breathing into the backs of your legs. If you're coming in deeper, you fold it with your breath. So you inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold a little bit deeper. The deeper you get into the fold, the more you'll walk your hands back in line with your feet. Eventually, the head will touch the mat. Okay, from there, inhale, lengthen. We'll both come forward a little bit and then bring the hands to your hips. Strong through the legs, come all the way up to standing. Bring the left toe to point towards the front of your mat and take a nice big hop to the front of your mat. Okay, so we'll move through a vinyasa one more time and then we'll do a little cool down. Inhale, float the arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge and fold it all the way forward. Flat back, halfway lift hands to shins, lengthen up through the spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back to plank. So Pat will lower to the belly. I'm going to lower halfway, chaturanga, and then upward facing dog with knees away from the mat. and then we'll both meet in a downward facing dog.
My nemesis.
Okay, we'll come into a forward fold from here. So drop your knees to the mat. You can bring your feet out to one side and just swing your legs out in front. So one forward fold before we finish. You want to find the bony part of your sit bones. Now, if you tend to find it really hard to lengthen out of the lower back, you can bend at the knees, okay? Or sit on a little cushion. Okay, so from here you want leg through the spine. Pull the lower belly in. We're going to float the arms up overhead. Inhale, and as you exhale, hinge. So we're not folding from our waist, okay? You're folding from your hip creases. So make sure you have length in the spine as you fold. And again, move with your breath. So as you inhale, lift a little bit to lengthen. And as you exhale, hinge and fold, reaching your heart toward your feet. So it's not really about getting your head to your knees, because a lot of us do that and tend to round. More about getting your heart toward the feet. 2 more breaths. Inhale to lengthen.
This one's hard.
Exhale to fold. This is the easy pose. Inhale one more time. Exhale to fold. Okay, really nice. Inhale, come all the way up. And our favorite pose, our Shavasana. Okay, so slide your hips forward and we're going to roll onto the back. So again, with control, come all the way down. And from there, you're going to extend your legs one at a time and bring your arms by the side of your body. Okay, so find a comfortable position, closing the eyes and just letting go completely. You don't have to bring any effort into the breath. You can just allow it to return to its natural pace. And just feeling into the weight of your body, feel your ankles heavy, the backs of your legs, the lower back. Notice your belly rising and falling with your natural pace of breath. Allow the backs of the arms to sink, the back of the head, and relax the muscles in the face, the jaw, around the eyes, and your forehead. Knowing that you have nowhere else to be but here on your mat. And like I said last week, you can stay in your Shavasana for as long as you want, or as long as you feel you need, but I'm afraid that Pat might fall asleep if we stay here for much longer, so we're going to bring our knees in toward our chest, and then from there rolling onto the right...
I quit.
And roll onto the right side of your torso into a fetal position, and with control slowly pressing all the way up to seated. If you can keep your eyes closed while you do this, it is a little bit better just to stay focused, trying not to let the mind wander too far. We'll just take a few moments, so closing the eyes and coming back to our breath. So just notice the effect of the time that you have dedicated to your body and your breath. And bringing your hands to prayer at the heart. And namaste.